When most people think of Kazakhstan, they think of grasslands and horses stretching to the horizon, as did I. However, since arriving here in Almaty, my expectations have completely changed. The city's super green, there's parks everywhere, there's cafes on every street corner, and though you can't see them right now, the entire city is surrounded by snow-capped mountains. This is not the Kazakhstan that I expected. I think today's video is not going to be so much about just seeing Almaty, but seeing how much Kazakhstan differs from my expectations. Look at this square just right next to one of the most famous cathedrals in the country. There are just birds everywhere, absolutely fearless, with all these people feeding them. And it's just the worldwide standard issue pigeons and some brown ones. And I was a little sad because I thought the cathedral was closed, which didn't make sense to me. But then I realized, as pretty as this isn't the front. And you know how you know? Because look at the crosses at the top of the spires. They're facing that way. Here's the actual front of the Extension Cathedral, and I'm gonna have to be really quiet as I go in. I want to be as respectful as possible. The mosaics, the murals, everything being plated in gold, everything about that makes it a very beautiful Orthodox cathedral. And something that I learned that was really interesting to me is it was built in 1907 in the modern Russian architectural style, almost entirely of wood. And so for, that'd be 119 years, it's withstood all kinds of earthquakes and other natural disasters. And to this day, this statue right here honors the Kazakh soldiers who fought in World War II under the Soviet flag. And then all around me, you have all kinds of memorials. Right across here is the House of Soviet Officers. And you'll see monuments like this all over the city, which remind you that Kazakhstan has only been a country since 1991, and a fun fact, Kazakhstan was actually the last country to leave the Soviet Union, so for a very brief period, Kazakhstan was the Soviet Union with its modern borders. I don't know, it's just very interesting to me that you can see Soviet-era monuments like this just right across the ways from their cathedrals. It's like they let all their different eras of history coexist. They don't try to hide any of it. This building really reminds me of, what were those things called that we had as kids? Lincoln Logs, that's what it is. This building reminds me of Lincoln Logs. There was certainly a lot of greenery at that park, but if we want greenery, we're here at the Green Bazaar. What a transition that was. Let's go see what we can find. I'm immediately hit with a strong odor, but I guess it is a bazaar. What can I expect? And that would probably be the butcher shop that I'm right next to. All kinds of fresh meats as far as the eye can see. This section here, I believe, is all horse meat, which is probably the most popular meat here in Kazakhstan. It always annoys me when Greek restaurants use the sigma as the E's, because then it's grsk, which doesn't make sense because there's literally a letter in the Greek alphabet that looks like an E and makes the S sound. I don't know, man. So we got these guys with every spice known to man, all the different dried fruits, nuts, dates, all the candy and everything. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Try this one.
Yes.
Good.
This is halva.
Halva.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yes, I've heard of this one.
Yes. Mix these, mix.
It's all the nuts mixed together.
Yeah.
America. I love Kazakhstan.
Okay, welcome to Kazakhstan.
Thank you, thank you. I'm feeling pretty dehydrated, but I see this guy up here, and I think I'm gonna get some juice. Looks like it may be starting to rain a little bit. I got this, I believe, pomegranate juice, but you can literally see a big chunk of ice in there, ice cold. I kind of just handed him the money and hoped that he'd give me a good price. I don't think he did. So per usual, you've got all the food and everything on the inside, and then outside, even down this long corridor, is all the clothing, hats, shoes, accessories, batteries, cameras, everything else you can imagine. That is thunder. We're gonna try this. Shout out Europe for spreading your little invention all across the world. It's very sour and a little bitter, but still it's pretty refreshing. As the rain finally begins to subside and the sun comes out, I just gotta say, I am in awe of this city. You have plants and greenery everywhere, all kinds of statues and monuments in these wide open roads. No trash anywhere to be seen on the ground, super clean. And even on a, Tuesday afternoon, my bad. There are so many people out just walking around right now, enjoying the weather. Just an astute little observation I had. Right there you can see a mishwe, and if you take 20 steps this way, there's a we drink. And you can see all these Chinese businesses starting to pop up around Central Asia, and I'm wondering if that'll eventually spread to Europe and even North America. I've just taken this bus to the top of the mountain, and now we're gonna get on the gondola thingy, if we can find where to buy tickets. Bingo. Got my ticket, and now you can see an amazing view of the city. And now you see what I'm talking about when I say it is surrounded by these huge mountains. And believe me, the camera does not do it justice. So much green and nature just right outside the big city. That was pretty sick, although I don't know if I did it right because I took a bus to the top of the mountain just to take a round trip cable car down and back up. So now I have to take a bus down again. And it's because I accidentally went to the cable car place at the top of the mountain first. There's a whole amusement park up here, bumper cars, all sorts of rides. And then right there is the TV tower. It really does just feel like I'm in the Alps right now. Did a little off-camera mining and took a bus across the city, but just look at this place. This is sick. Almaty is just so diverse. Obviously, earlier we saw the Russian Orthodox churches, the Soviet architecture, and the mountains and all that. But now, this business center is so modern, and there's all kinds of parks right in the middle. It's super clean. Let's eat burger, yeah. So you have all these shops, cafes, banks, restaurants. And then if you go back this way, you just have this giant wall of mountains surrounding the city. I kind of just came here by accident, but this area is so cool. Over there you've got the National Theater, and then not far from it you have the Art Museum. Right above that you have mountains that look like they're from the Ye album cover. Rolex building over there. And then you got this ultra modern utopia. This place is sick. Sun is starting to set here. It is time to get something to eat. Looks like we might have found ourselves a nice local mom and pop hole in the wall sort of spot. Let's get some grub. They always just assume that I'm Russian, so of course they gave me the Russian menu and I didn't know what to order, so I got this random thing. Honestly, not sure what it is, but it looks really good. I believe that's horse meat. The meat's a little tough, but the fat part melts in your mouth, and the vegetables are cooked to perfection along with like the dumpling thing. This is very good. I also got this clear soup with it. Which is very good. I'm now gonna go meet up with some friends of mine, so I'm gonna end it right here, but I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I hope that I was able to show off Almaty for what this city is. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to keep making videos like this and learning as I go. Thank you all very much for watching.